Everybody, are we there? Woohoo!
We're live.
We are here. We are here.
We're here with Celtic Sheila and Bathrobe Danny Shea. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing with the eclipse energy? Did it wreck your sleep? It wrecked my sleep. I had dreams. I had crazy dreams. What did you feel, if anything?
Wow.
Well, I had to work. So
wait a minute. Can we first say happy birthday month to you?
Happy birthday weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, woo! Happy birthday, Lori.
Thank you very much.
Well, the eclipse, I had to work last night, and getting home, I could not get to sleep. And then when I did get to sleep, it was intermittent. Like I'd get to sleep, and then I wake up and get to sleep, and then I wake up. I wanted to see the lunar eclipse. I just couldn't get out of bed. It was weird. It was like this heavy blanket of energy just laying on me. I'm like, get off. So that was my experience.
Are you sure it was a heavy blanket?
I'm positive. I'm single, very, very single.
What about you, Danny?
Wow, that was a good one.
Did you have any sleep issues?
Get off of me!
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was. It was. I kind of felt it wasn't the heaviness, but a lot of dreams. A lot of just really powerful energy around, and a lot of moonish, starish energy. If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, but I haven't had a sound sleep in 4 nights. Crazy dreams. I was an archer, an expert archer, and I slept under my bow and.
Wow.
I was doing.
Well, they did. I was watching some astrology girls, and they were talking about the scorpions. You're Scorpion, right? The scorpions having the toughest time through this lunar. So that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, because of the fixed sign.
Because of the water. Yeah, because of the water. Your water, right?
Yes.
Am I doing it right? Yeah, the water was because the lunar and the moon and the water was really going to be affected. So anybody that had a water sign was really going to be swayed. So yeah.
And the tides, Lori, how are the tides by you? Were they big?
I don't think they were really affected very much, but there was a whole bunch of water on the other coast. Miami flooded. It wasn't good.
Yeah. We had king tides out here that were. Well, I'm in the Morro Bay area, and we're walking our dog by the beach, and the back bay is really shallow, and I'm looking out there and I go, what is that blue thing out there? And here's this kayaker, and he's stuck, or she is stuck in the mud, and you can see the paddles rolling. The boat's just doing this. It's not going anywhere.
Oh no, I thought you were seeing more water. That's why I started laughing.
They had about 3 hours to wait till the tide came up so that they could get back to shore. Pay attention to the tides.
Yeah, especially if you're going to go kayaking.
Yeah, it was funny. Wow.
Yeah, because you can really go against it. You go against the water flow, and it can be really difficult.
No, yeah, you can't do that.
All right, let's see. What are we going to? We're going to take a look first. Do you want to start with Bannon, or do you want to start with the Build Back Better human infrastructure if it passes in the Senate pretty easily? Where would you like to start?
Wasn't that awesome that the first one went through?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do Bannon.
Bannon.
Okay.
Let's do Bannon. What's the exact? I drank, and of course I have a hole in my lip apparently because it just. You know how the old saying goes.
Yeah, he's just blowing everything off like it's no big deal, and I just think he's in more trouble than what he's bargained for. But let's see.
Yeah, let's see if he gets in more trouble than what he is already in. For one. I do want to see if he's actually going to say something or show up in front of the committee. Are they going? Is he actually get to the point where he goes, "Fine, I'll do it"? You know what I mean?
Is he actually going to get to what?
If he's actually going to sit in front of the committee and testify.
Oh.
If he's ever going to get that far, or if he's just going to absolutely refuse, and he would rather go to jail than to say something bad about, you know, his king.
You know, he's just going to plead the fifth. It's just going to be a nest show.
But it's a win if he gets in front of the committee, though, right? He can sit there and say, plead the fifth, I don't want to answer that, all of that. But it's a win for us if he's sitting in front of it. Because that was all we wanted him to do from the get-go, was just to sit in front of him. Even if he's a belligerent, which he will be, we all know that.
Yeah.
I just kind of felt like that would be a win. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Hi, Jay. Hi, Foggy Ozark. I just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Hi, Jay. Hi, everyone.
They're doing they're doing such great greeting out there. They're like, hi to everybody that comes in. Good Samaritans here. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have your cards laid out?
Are we reading on, is Bannon going to just show up or not show up?
I want to know if he's going to get in more trouble than what he's already in.
Yeah, let's start there.
Please.
Oh, sucks to be him. Oh,
well. I'll go ahead and go first.
Okay.
Okay. I have the Four of Cups, the disconnect, the Bardom, the disconnect, right? The disconnect of what he's going to do. They offered him to show up. He's refusing it. And dogs. Sorry, guys. Then we have the Page of Swords, but it's inverted. That mentally restlessness, all talk and no action. All talk and no action. So, and then we also have the lack of control and aggression. So this is all here, but we have the Queen of Wands, where it talks about the the Queen of Wands. There's a judge that's going to put him away, or he's going to be in trouble. He's going to go in front of somebody, because this is like business. This is the determined woman. So I think trouble is coming his way, because he never does get to the point where he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. All right, I'm done.
What do you have, Danny?
Oh, I have good cards.
Good cards as in yes, more trouble, or good cards as he gets off?
No, it just, you don't want to be him. So here he is defending himself against all these mean accusations, mean and nasty, and it's being crossed by heartbreak, the Three of Swords. At the bottom of this, I have the Fountain card. So guess what deck I'm using? The Fountain deck. And when I look at this, I go, he had everything that he wanted if he stayed in the light. But when you go to the edges, it's darkness, and it's probably not that good. Behind him is the Knight of Wands. He's carrying some load. There's something coming up from his past that is going to put 10 swords in his back. That's at the top of the reading. Yikes. But it gets better. It gets better for him. He's got his world crashing down around him with the Tower card. That could be just a new beginning, but I think his tower's crashing down around him.
I like that. That's a new beginning. So for some people, they have to lose everything to have a new beginning.
Yeah.
I'm seeing he's going to have to pay some fines.
Oh.
Because I got a lot of pentacles here. He doesn't think he has to give them anything. He's gonna clamp down on control, but he isn't. This train of thought, this this line of action isn't going to pay off because secrets are coming out, and he's going to have to abandon this this line of action. He's just not going to be able to complete this. So it's a big change for him.
Yeah.
So that's good, I think.
Well,
I agree.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just really, really, really want him to pay for what he's doing. Does that make any sense? I'm not, you don't advocate for somebody else's demise and all this good stuff, but I really am tired of them not being held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if he's really, let's go into, well, we already kind of knew that he's going to be held accountable, but Rizzy.
Okay. And Jay is saying, breaking news, President Biden is replacing USPS chair and DeJoy backer Ron Bloom. He will also be appointing 2 new directors, woohoo, giving the board a majority to fire DeJoy.
Yeah, that's not going to happen right away, but like next year.
Yeah, maybe January, right?
I don't remember when he was able to add 2 more or put the 2 new people in to be able to get DeJoy out, but.
Okay, and so Sheila, I'm sorry, phrase the question about Bannon again.
Well, no, I was just, he's being so belligerent. When is he really going to be held accountable? I want to know if he actually gets locked up. Let's see if he get locked up. Let's see about that. Well, I do have a financial failure, decrease in fortune. That helps. Teamwork. All talk and no action comes up again. The completion. Dang. I don't know, people. What do you guys get?
What do you have, Danny?
Yeah, I got the 2 of Cups in the potential near future. I got the Fool at the very top, going on a new journey. But at the base of this, and it has something to do. I mean, my first card was the Empress, so I'm like, okay, is that a Russian type of influence, which I'm getting a hit that it is. At the base of the reading, I have the 9 of Swords, and the Hermit is in the past as it relates. So I'm thinking that he might go to jail. He's not going to go to prison, if that makes sense. So it's going to be a short term in solitary, being the Hermit, but I don't see him, really locked up for long.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be locked up for long either, but I also get the Russian influence. Something comes out with Putin. It'll come out, it'll be all over the internet. But this actually scares him.
Mm-hmm.
And he won't function the same way. There will be a change.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got that with this 9 of Swords, with him clutching his knees, all scared and dark, going, oh yeah. So he is scared. I mean, it's scary for him. Whatever this Russian influence thing that does come out, as you said. So,
well, here's 2 cards that are really interesting to me. Is I got the World, and that's completion. And I also got the 5 of Swords, but it's inverted with the trickery, the dishonor, unsolved conflict. I mean, the end, like the completion of his of his trickery, the completion of his lies and all of that is like it's like even if he doesn't get put away, this is ended.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a voice anymore, which is more important than anything in this country, is to stop him from having a voice. So,
can we look at his podcast real quick just to see?
Yeah, let's throw on his podcast real fast if he continues or if the tower comes down and crushes his microphone.
Oh.
Mic drop on his head. Wait, I'm live. Shh, Sheila.
Bannon keeps his podcast show going.
You can't take it back when you're live.
I know, there's no editing that out.
All right. Bannon's podcast.
Share when you're ready. Oop.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. I'll go.
Go.
So I only pulled 3 cards on it, and the question I was throwing on was what's going on with Bannon's podcast within the next year. I got the 4 swords. So this is a retreat card. This is, and you can see he's kind of imprisoned with those swords here. So he can't really move. I also got the 5 of swords, winning at any cost. So it feels like there's going to be some legal battles coming up. And the reason I say legal battles with this winning at any cost is that I got the justice card. So I think he's got some legal issues coming with the way he's spouting off these lies. And maybe the government is going to finally step forth and say, you can't be spreading lies like this. You have to start, backing up. You have to say where you're getting your information from versus just allegedly or, kind of like what Rudy does. Well, I didn't think I had to verify it. Well, yeah, you do.
What do you have, Sheila?
Well, mine was very interesting. I have the 7 of Cups, which is that delusion that he throws out there, right? But I also have down to earth, that the Queen of Pentacles. So when does that delusion come down, crashing down? That's kind of how that feel of that comes down to earth. Then I got the Fool, like a new beginning. You have to start over. You have to say something different. You have to do something, because the is illusion of that fear and that betrayal and all of that is. He has to stop, like a new beginning. He can't do this anymore. Because I also have the Sun and the, the 2 of Wands, that future planning. The Sun is eliminated on his future plans. So we have exposure. We also have the King of Wands, but King of Wands is inverted, which is power hungry. I also have the Ace of Pentacles, which is decrease in income again. So I don't think he is going to go any further with his podcast. The decrease in income and getting down to that ruthlessness, that hungry for power, and that double life. Actually, that double life. I think that has a lot to do with it. So something does happen to his podcast to where he's losing money or nobody's listening to him and he is censored.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. So when this Russia stuff comes out, he really has a problem. And he's just seen as this entitled brat. But I went, ooh, because I got the tower coming for him with this podcast. So I'm going to leave it at that. I think there's judgment in tower, and I think he will not be able to continue in this BS activities.
Right.
Not going to be able to continue. I wanted to ask before we get into the other BSers. Someone mentioned that a lot of Europe is locking down. Can we ask if we're going to have another bad wave of crown bug? Real quick,
we can ask that, but I have I think every time they loosen up a restriction on COVID, the cases go up every time. It's like a wave upon a wave upon wave. So just like we're having another one here in Colorado, but of course we also have a whole bunch of people coming from Texas coming up here. I mean, it's unreal how many Texas license plates are around here in Colorado right now. It's just a hop, step, and a jump for them to get into a blue state. The people who are looking for some resolution, and we now have gone up in numbers. So I don't know. Let's see. Just definitely see what's
take
going
a
on
quick,
with that.
if we could just take a quick look, because so many people have asked me to look and I forgot when we were.
Yeah, I see that Florida has finally calmed down a little bit as well.
But
yeah, he had to lose. He's a COVID sympathizer. He prefers to keep COVID alive than people in Florida.
Yeah. Makes sense.
He sacrificed you, I hope he hurts, and I hope that everybody feels it at the polls. That's the only way we're going to fight this, if he feels that repercussion of that at the polls.
Yeah,
So.
I think Trump will actually get some I think that he will see some repercussion for how he initially handled COVID, because there's a bunch of stuff coming out that there was money given from the Pentagon to help a couple of companies keep producing supplies, and it's 2 years, and not $1 has been given to any of those companies. So that was a big bust. Oh, thanks, Miss Bear.
And didn't I'm drawing a blank on his name, Justice Meadows guy, Glenn Kirshner. Didn't he say at one time that Mr. Pumpkinhead could be held criminally liable for the COVID deaths?
I think he's going to get in trouble for this.
I tell you what, I would sue him. If I had lost somebody and I can prove that you lied to us about the COVID and how dangerous it was, and I believed you, and then so and so died, I think it's a legit. I don't know why not everybody is getting a lawsuit against him already.
Yeah, I think we're still trying to figure everything out, but I think there's more and more coming out, and we had the shortage of all of the masks and the gowns, and here these companies were supposed to be getting paid, and it's like 2 years late. It always comes out so late. So anyway, what did you get? Did you get anything icky or?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So this card flew out when I was shuffling, thinking about it, the Tower. I got the Wheel of Fortune. Things are spinning around. The Ace of Pentacles, which I looked at as I thought this is starting again, and people are still going to be in denial about it. They're going to go, oh no, it's okay, don't worry, we can keep doing this. And that, for me, and just my opinion, it just seems like wearing a mask is a no-brainer. It's just a no-brainer. Now, whether you agree with getting the vaccine or not, some people can't get it. Some people had bad reactions to it, and whatever it is, if you just wear a mask and be respectful, we shouldn't have this bickering back and forth as to whether it exists or it doesn't exist, because it does. But this is the big one, the Tower. So yeah, I think we are getting into it again.
What do you have, Sheila?
Well, I do have the new beginning of the King of Swords. So my cards always tell me a backstory for some reason, whatever. But it talks about how Trump was the beginning of this whole thing, right? How he let it go, and we were all tied up. And here's the thing about the Eight of Swords, as everybody knows, this is self-imposed, right? This is self-imposed all tied up, bound up into a situation that we could have changed it, because we also have the emotional choice to be made, that emotional choice to be made about how you're going to handle it, even for a personal opinion, right? We had a whole bunch of information out there. Trump was, of course, leading the dumber and the dumbers, but we could have made a better choice too. We were trying so hard to make those better choices as well. I think if even the ones that believed in this science probably would have got on board faster, we may have done that. But it's not our fault. It's just that we were so confused about the whole situation as well. So self-imposement, you know, and then we're looking for assistance, and then the Hierophant, the spiritual guidance. Now, the spiritual guidance always has come in with COVID with me every single time. Like, this is, you know, spirit is involved, spirit is helping, spirit is giving everybody the information and what we should be doing. And while we were talking all about the COVID thing, the strange thing that came through my head was that it's not going to quit until we do have everybody vaccinated. You see, that's exactly what had happened in the back. Like, if there's an available host, it's going to be here. If you're not vaccinated, you're not wearing a mask, you're not taking precautions, and there's an available host, it will always be around. And that, I think, is in the future what we're going to start seeing the information coming out the most, is if you're not taking care of yourself, it will come get you. Even those ones I made it all the way through, well, that's not going to last.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I got the wheel too, Danny, and I also got the lover's card, Sheila. So it is about the choices, and people there are still many people just not wanting to face reality with this. But it does lead to illness, and it leads to time out. But I believe there will be a surge to get more people vaccinated. It's almost like the Biden cavalry comes in and says, more and more. So there are hospital systems here, ours personally, that are going against DeSatan, and because DeSatan says you're going to get fined, and so they're saying, we don't care, you're going to get vaccinated if you work here. And our electric company, Florida Power and Light, also did it, because my friend just got it. So I think there's going to be a rush to make people just take their choice away, or bring the mandates. There's a plan to take the choice and throw it out the window, like, because you can't decide for other people. Your decision, how you're affecting your body. I'm preaching now, but there's just what you decide affects me. So
exactly.
Is what it's going to come down to.
Exactly. I have to be super vigilant because of so many people not being super vigilant. If I was, what the nice thing about being in New York with Jeffrey was that every restaurant we went into, every building that we went into, I had to show my my vaccination card. So if I was in a busy restaurant where all the restaurants are still busy, I knew for a fact I'm sitting next to people who are vaccinated. It was the best thing ever. I thought, this is the way we should go forward. I think
That's gotta be a good feeling.
Yeah, I think New York is definitely setting precedent, and we should model our whole country that are willing to do that. After that, you can't go into a building, you can't go into a restaurant unless you prove that you're vaccinated. It was wonderful, and they didn't lack business. That was their thing. Everybody's got a little business, and nope, they were packed. So
we're working
all right, that's
on
enough
it.
of my pre. Yep.
All right. Build back better human infrastructure, pass through the House and going over to the Senate. Well, how is it going through? Will it go through before Christmas? What do you want to ask? Is it going through? Will it get through the Senate? Let's just ask if it's going to get through the Senate.
Okay.
Because it just needs Democratic. It just needs 50. It doesn't need or 51. 51. Doesn't need a super majority to pass, because they're tying it with budget reconciliation. Is that right?
I believe so, but They're also going to have to address the deficit, the budget, this first of December, 3rd of December. So I don't know how many times. I think Jen Lynn said they can use it 2 more times. I think they're going to. Okay, let's see if we can just get it through. Not worry about the timing. It's just going to be. They're going to get it through the Senate.
My cards are not too good.
Yikes. What did you get?
I got the 5 of Wands and the Devil. The bickering and the fighting and but is it because they want it to fail? Because I also have the King of Cups where the Democrats do show up, and the 3 of Swords, which is inverted, which is that uneasy truth that that blocked grief. Like they block their disdain, they block their not wanting it to go forward. So I think this is representing of the Republicans and how the Republicans and how they're acting and how they focus on it. And then we have the King of Cups, which always represents that, and they invert the heartbreak, like we're going to make it go anyway. So I think it is going, but moving on to calmer waters, absolutely it passes. I don't like doing hard calls like that, but moving on to calmer waters, it does. But without them, without the demons.
What do you have, Danny?
I have confusion. That's what I have. I'm not real clear on. There's good cards and there's bad cards with it. There's restricted cards. There's money cards. The last card I got was the Fool, taking off on a new journey, and the clarifier was the 8 of Swords. Feeling tied up. And when I look at this card, this woman, it just feels like it may go through, but it's not going to be what a lot of people, it's going to be so watered down and people are going to be like, that's not what we wanted to pass, but at least it was something that passed. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting with my reading, that it's just going to be watered down a lot. And maybe that's the progressives wanting more, but they're not getting it. Let me see. I'm going to pull a clarifier on it.
So. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Goes back and forth and is renegotiated. We don't get everything that we want. Absolutely not. And something gets cut. Something comes to an end. I'm still hopeful that it'll go through, but let's see what Danny gets.
So, yeah, they're going to get something. So I got the 7 of Swords. This is normally like a thief in the night taking something away, but in this deck, it's just, here's what we want, but no, we can only grab so much of it. The 8 of Cups, walking away from sorrow. So they're leaving stuff on the table. In the King of Wands that came out reversed, it's like we had this big plan, this big news, but it's not all going to be what we wanted it to be. So I'm still sticking with my original. We're leaving too much on the table for a lot of people, but at least we're getting something done that's going to help.
Yeah, something definitely gets cut.
That makes sense for my inverted 3 of Swords. That makes a lot of sense now of my inverted 3 of Swords, where that's the reason why it's like it's heartbreak, but it's inverted. Something goes, but we still have heartbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, I think something's going through. Boy, Nancy is really, she's so sure. She's sure she's going to be able to get it through. But, man, there's some real crooked. 7 of Swords fits their personality for the people that are trying to not give to the people.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you imagine
I
Can you
can't.
imagine? Imagine being a lawmaker and they rather make the Biden administration fail than to get some help to their people. I can't imagine being that person that made that decision. What do you have to give up in your soul to make these decisions? This is what we should be preaching to every Republican. Look at what they're giving up in their soul to stop all of this just because they are pissed off that Biden is president.
They don't care. That's why McCarthy stood and spoke for 8 hours just to even delay the vote.
Oh, that was just obnoxious.
That's his middle name.
Speaking of
obnoxious, on the floor, Lauren Boebert. So two things are happening. Her former campaign manager's house was raided this morning, so she's afeared. And then she got on the floor and called the squad the Jihad Squad again. But she did it in front of everybody. She didn't just write it. She actually called them out at that name. I want to know if she's going to be, because that's really bad. That's right up there with the cartoon that Gosar did. It's getting close. You can't just call people racist names like that. You can't.
But isn't there something in the Constitution that says that you can say whatever you want when you're on the floor? So you can get as heated as you want and say anything, and there's no repercussion. I think there's an amendment in the Constitution, but you can't put it out on social media. But like
she's already done that and gotten away with it. This is the first time I've ever heard it come out of her mouth in public on camera.
Yeah.
Well, let's just see if she's going to get it.
Yeah, I don't feel it, but
the hate has to stop. It's just got to stop.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't, I want to ask about the jihad thing. If you want to ask if there's any fallout for her with that campaign manager, you can go for that one.
Okay.
The hatred has to stop. That just came flying out of the deck. It's divisiveness. It's inciting violence by.
Here's what's coming out of the deck for me. Excuse me, but this is breaking news. That flew out on the deck on me.
What is that one? You keep changing decks. I don't know those cards.
Well, this is the fountain deck, and that was the devil.
Oh, okay. That's
I also got the devil.
See?
I also got the Queen of Swords, right? She's the Queen of Swords. She's the, if we look at the inverted Queen of Swords, that cold-hearted, bitchy, communication problems, to say the least, making accusations, difficulty with problem solving. I mean, this describes Queen of Swords inverted describes her. And I also got the devil right underneath it. So she has evil plans, and she's not going to stop until she gets stopped. But I don't see, we do get moving into from turbulence to calm. So something happens. I'm telling you, I have been feeling this for quite some time. And is it just me? I don't know if it's just me going, I want something to stop, or if this is the real feeling. Like 2022, we're all going to go. And it's like I have been getting, it's going to be moving from turbulence to calm. I mean, something really does happen to them. They're just building up the process, because I also get the Eight of Swords. She is absolutely tied up with this. And I also get this, the Four of Swords, but it's inverted, burned out, like taken out, like done with. So I don't know if anybody else is getting these really strong cards with me. Two of Swords, the decisions they have to do. The Democrats have to make these hard decisions, because I also got the Ace of Cups. So what do you guys get? I'm so passionate.
What you got, Danny, in your passionate voice?
Or in my passionate voice. Well, I read on if the FBI raid on Boebert's campaign manager, whoever she was, if that was going to affect Boebert. And I'm confused with two of my cards. Does justice in the tower mean good things? No.
Can you say that with passion?
I'm just confused. I think she's winning, but maybe not. Anyway, there. I also got the Two of Swords, but it was a different question. I'm just gonna show you the cards for the last four that I pulled because it was a big spread. She does have legal troubles coming at her. Justice. She sees that. She sees the hiding out with the Four of Pentacles. Her hopes and fears are that the tower doesn't come crashing down on her. The final outcome for her, she's going to be all alone. The Hermit. Someone's going to be shedding light on her. And it's all about because she was in some kind of lover bubble. I don't know what that is. Lover bubble. But it's fun to say. Try it. Lover bubble.
Lover bubble. But
that she's in a lover bubble. I wonder if Matt Gaetz' wife is going to. Oh, I mean, I wonder if that's the bubble.
I think she is lawyering up as we speak. I think she's lawyering up, and she is not going to be free to speak the way that she was. She's going to get hit by a lawsuit. So there is change coming for her, but she isn't going to be able to continue. Not too much longer. So the lawsuit comes from, I don't know if it comes from your question or from someone in the squad for defamation, but someone's pulling a power play on her. She's going to have problems. So that's good.
Was that the King of Swords you had?
I had the King of Swords. That's my big lawyer card. Yeah.
Yeah. And in the potential near future for me, King of Swords.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Let's do just a couple of cards on her and see if she's going to win her re-election.
Oh, hell no.
I can't see that happening, but you know.
Well, I live in Colorado, and we put even our local TV stores, news outlets. Gosh, I can't even speak. Stop it. Our local TV news outlets are now just going against her. I mean, they are just like, I cannot believe this woman. What is she doing? So even our local Colorado is not with her at all. Yeah. Like, how can you do this to us is what they're really saying. Like, how can you represent Colorado like you are?
Right.
So they're not with her either.
So Charlene had a comment that is very disturbing to me. You know, when we're talking about the lover bubble, Charlene said, wasn't she hanging out with the little guy? Could you see them in a lover bubble?
No. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the campaign manager and the lady that sent the email, the other person, I can't remember her name, that leaked voter machine information. That's My Pillow Guy put that lady up in a house somewhere to keep her away from the FBI, to keep her from getting caught. So
he was aiding and abetting a criminal
aiding
or possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that still doesn't make it any better in my head because I still have My Pillow and Lauren Boebert in a lover bubble.
That's okay. If one of them gets pregnant, she'll just deliver in the front seat of her truck again, and it'll all be fine.
Where she'll deliver in the front seat of her truck where she conceived. So, I mean, it's just all in a circle. I mean, the child needs a spot. I mean, really. Daddy, your face is red. What's going on?
Delivering a
That's what she
baby
said.
in the front seat of a truck.
She
Oh,
did
Well, that's
deliver
what
a baby. She did.
no.
I mean,
And
she
that's
just
why-
went back to the scene of the crime. That's where she conceived. That's where she delivers. I mean, really?
Ugh, and that's why women can't have paid leave. Because they just need to get back to business and just give birth in their truck. Don't even go to the hospital.
No.
Okay, let's see. Well, the question is if she is going to be reelected. Ooh, I literally, the best card ever, the Four of Cups.
Moving on to calmer waters. She's getting out.
I don't think she's getting in either. I think she's going to be seen as depicted as a fool.
Oh, yes, justice is firm. Justice is coming her way. Judgment. Oh, I got justice and judgment. That means conviction of her, of her actions. Yay. Let's keep that energy up, please, Colorado.
Okay. Hey, GM Dave, don't pick on pickup trucks.
It's not the pickup truck's fault.
Foggy Ozark asked if I've ever been present for a birth, even a cow. A pig, and actually, yes, a cow.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And it wasn't in a pickup truck.
No.
You mean the pig had the decency to get what she needed? No.
All right.
So, all right, I can't.
Senator Kennedy from Louisiana was grilling Biden's nominee for the controller of currency, the bank controller person. And he asked her, he didn't know whether she should be called comrade and communistic ties. It was really, really bad. It was really, really bad. And her name is Saul Omaransa. Saule. So let's just see, is he going to suffer any repercussions for that? It was so terrible. It was
awful.
It was heartrending.
Just the decency of language has just gone so south.
The hatred.
Yeah, it's where's the
well, it's like they really truly believe that the IQ of the American people are so beneath them.
Well, there are cute people.
Well, I know the IQ. I wonder if that's what the Q and the QAnon means. But anyways, Q, we needed it, we didn't get it. Okay, so he really thinks that nobody's gonna figure this out. That he thinks that his base is gonna be all about, yeah, she's a commie, or they're gonna go, are you an idiot? Because the questioning was awful. She kept on saying like, that was because I was raised there. That is what you do. This is not, I have nothing to do with that. You were forced into being that.
It's kind of like Flynn saying everybody should be one religion.
Yes.
States. What the hell's up with that?
Well, I wonder if the Trump's base understands that they have to give up everything and become one religion, and you better be religious, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's not, it's like, if you're not going to church, you're gonna. If you're not in my religion, you're gonna.
Thank you, Miss Foggy.
Thank you.
All right. Is he going to? Dang. Well, the nice thing about, is he up for re-election?
God, I don't know. I hope not.
Well, I mean, because the choices in the Five of Pentacles came up. Like if he's up for re-election, the choices that they make, they put him out. So that's the reason why. Is anybody here know if he is up for re-election? Because I have Justice, the Two of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Judgment, choices, and he's out. Which is he? I don't know.
I just don't see how he can get away with that. I just don't see how either one of them can get away with these things. It's just so much hatred. I think he's going to get trolled. And it's just the GOP people. I think he's going to get away with this. I think he's going to get trolled and have some problems, but I think he gets away with it. What do you have, Danny?
Yeah, I see the same thing. I see the sadness that he creates, but, he thinks he's all that. And he thinks, nobody can touch me. I'm just dancing. I'm just having a good time. But the final two cards are the Magician and the Knight of Pentacles, just slow moving. And he's from where? Louisiana? I mean, he talks in such a slow
drawl.
I think I don't see this as a moving on card. I just see it as slow moving. I see him getting in some kind of trouble because he's got the Queen of Swords.
Okay,
but
good.
It doesn't. There's no other cards that say that he's going to face any consequences from it.
I think she's going to talk. Someone's going to speak to someone on some sort of committee, and I think he's going to have a problem. But I think he ends up getting away with it.
Yeah.
So
somebody in there says no Democratic backbone. I don't think that's fair. I think that if there was something they can do about it, they would. However, sometimes they cannot do anything about it without it not working. And that's what I see. I think they're waiting for his reckoning to come at the polls. Like you just keep on digging your own grave. And it's almost like I allow you to just keep, digging your own grave, because I see the people getting bored with him, that choice. And I see that Ace of Cups, that emotional, Democratic choice that comes up. That's the reason why I was wondering if has anybody looked up and see if he is up for he's up for re-election in 2022. That's what it is.
So
he's
good.
going
I hope you're right, Sheila.
He's going to feel the justice at the polls, because that's exactly what I get is that justice. I also get that Two of Swords, people making that decision, and he gets the Five of Pentacles.
Good.
Out in the cold. So I think this is where they're going to say that's where your justice is going to come from.
Good. Okay, so we were reading on Senator Kennedy and his crude remarks and calling Biden's nominee for bank control a comrade. Senator Kennedy.
I would say go listen to that, but it's awful. I wouldn't want to put anybody
it's too heartrending. She was so shocked.
Yeah.
Because she's done such great work. And she did work in the Bush administration with financial things. So she was so shocked, but she composed herself. And then she had to educate him, but he's not stupid. He isn't stupid. He did that on purpose, and everybody knows it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's switch over to someone nice. Let's look at Beto O'Rourke in the gubernatorial race for Texas.
Woo!
I think
everybody can send him money. Yep, everybody can send money to his campaign.
Yes, we were reading on Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana. Thank you, Mr. David. All right, but now we're reading on Beto O'Rourke. Will he be the next governor of Texas?
Darla, why do I see a lot of us Democratic voters giving up? Why? Hang in there, people. They're doing the best that they're doing as much as they can with a short amount of time. Look how far we have gone already. Just hang in there. Don't give up. I mean, it's like we cannot and will not hand this country over to criminals. We have to give them more power. We have to give them more things. They've already have done as much as they can at this point.
Things are moving along, and it takes quite some time. I mean,
nothing happens in a media, social media minute. Things have to percolate and get in there. So I wouldn't give up so soon. We're still in the fight. We're still in there. Justice is coming from them. This is just what fell out as I'm talking about it. Justice will come for them, one way or another.
There's some big people and big corporations trying to block his path.
Oil.
Someone please tell me something good.
I think he has a hard struggle. I do. I think he has a hard struggle. I think he has temperance. He has that compassion on his side. However, he definitely needs money. That's just no doubt about it. He needs donations. So, we call for the plea for anybody and everybody. If you can afford to donate, please donate. However, the King of Cups in that changing their priorities is Texas, that they really do need something. And I also have the King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. They're going to fight against him. So we're just too early in the race right now. We're picking up on the fight of the Republicans. See, the next card is that internal fight against the Democrats. But the rite of passage, we do have some future good news. Restore us to the next stage. The generosity and the charity, he does get his money. And the King of Wands, the born leader. So continue on with your cards after you've read on since the Republicans showed up. Continue on. Good stuff.
What have you got, Danny? Do you think he has a chance?
I got very similar cards to Sheila, with him going for the governor's seat. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's the Five of Pentacles, which is the loss of money. That's in the past as it relates. So he's still trying to build up his campaign money. There's a lot of bickering still, finger pointing. Should you go? You already lost. Should you go? Blah, 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 blah. He's got the Eight of Coins in the potential near future, working real. I mean, he is such a hard worker. There's no doubt about that. And this is all about money too, about raising money. So I decided to cheat. And I asked if he was, it's okay. I asked if he was going to win. What if he ran in the Senate position? What if the governorship wasn't good, but the Senate was? And it's still a struggle. I got the Four of Coins in the center. That's being challenged by the Seven of Wands. So it's still money. It's still trying to get in there. He's got the High Priestess at the top of the reading, which is, bringing in intuition. I got the Eight of Coins at the bottom again. Again, this hard work, but in the potential near future, I got the Sun card.
Oh, good. So maybe he'll win in the Senate.
So the Senate seems to me more at the better road for him than, I mean, if he were to call me up and go, "Hey, Danny, this is Beto. But what's up, dude?" I'll go, "What's up, dude? Let's go surfing, and let me tell you what I think you should do."
Can you throw some of their cards for me? He's got a lot of really powerful people trying to block him. And it starts off nice with the Strength card, but it's slow. And then my Outcome card was awful. was awful. So it's like they don't want, not everybody votes for him. So it's, and you guys can't give up. I'm seeing all your comments. Just because we're reading, don't think I'm not reading your comments. You can't give up. You've got to continue to fight. This is a fight of the light versus the dark, and you cannot give up. If you start feeling really bad, take time to sit down and do a gratitude list. It lifts your vibration so fast that it's mind-blowing. But you have to actually, the hardest part is starting the list. But it will help.
Well, we gave up, and look what we got, Trump.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, Sheila. We gave up and
So
didn't
we've
show
got
up
Trump.
for, a lot of people didn't show up for Hillary, and so you got
Yep.
Trump. Yeah, so you can't do that again. Let's
Right.
learn from the past
And
mistakes.
don't give money if you can't afford to give money. We're not asking, you know what I mean? Don't do that. Because that's what they ask for with the Republicans. You give money or we'll take it. But, you know, we're just asking the ones that can do, you know, to either your state or to another, you know, state that you want to give to. But
Right.
there you go.
And going back to what Lori was saying too, when we start feeling really down, I mean, right before we came on, there was some breaking news
Right,
that
we're going to talk about
was horrible.
Yep.
And I just had to go outside. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to get out of my enclosed space. I had to go look at trees. I had to be around trees. So it is a big fight, and it is something that we get to control our feelings over. But it is a choice between light and dark, and love and hate. And maybe it's not hate, but
it's
choose
hate.
love. Choose love.
It's 8. Okay, and it's getting worse. So, but okay, so we got we were all three of us were speaking before we came on live, and yes, we all know about the verdict. Sheila had asked about the judge, and you wanted to know, one of your questions was you wanted to know if he was going to get any backlash for some of his comments.
Yeah, I wanted to read on the
delivery.
judge and see what's going on with that. We already know that, you know, karma's coming for Kyle. We don't have to talk about that because just like it happened with Trump, karma came for him. So we saw that. But I want to see if the judge is going to be held accountable for his actions throughout this whole thing in some sort of way, you know?
He was so power hungry, and he had to be, just because he knew he was on camera. It was so strange. It wasn't professional at all.
None of it. Texting people, and then him talking about how he wanted to save his text messages so he would email it to himself so he could save. I'm not kidding. It was like, you're a judge. You don't know how to, that your phone saves text messages? Oh, it was weird. It was really weird.
The judge.
I listened way too much of it, let me tell you, because I just kept on going, who and what is this guy? They picked correctly. They got the lottery with this guy.
Yeah. I couldn't stomach that. But I couldn't stomach the Ahmaud trial either. But I did watch. I did watch quite a bit of that when one of the shooters testified. When was that? Yesterday?
Yeah, he testified. The prosecution did a great job on that. I'm going to put my cards down so I don't get that energy in there. Where she kept on asking, was he threatening? Did he say anything? Did he have a gun? Did he have this? All he did was run. Oh, all he did was run. And that, because they're trying to prove that there was a whole bunch of crime going on in the vicinity, in their neighborhood, and therefore black guy's guilty, right? That's what they're trying to say. And it just, oh my gosh, I get so angry. All right, let's go ahead and see what the judge, if there's anything going to happen with, I feel that the other judge is doing a lot better job than this one did.
So I think this has some legal issues coming up. He does think that he can do anything he wants because he's the judge, because he's the emperor. However, at the center of the reading, he's causing the winning at any cost attitude that he had is going to bring the Queen of Swords in, and in the potential near future, he is the hanged man. So either he's going to be looking at things from a different point of view, or he's going to be suspended. He's going to be hung upside down. So I think something is going to happen with him. And maybe he'll just retire because he should. And why go through with this? Why deal with this?
What do you have, Miss Sheila?
Well, my cards kind of pulled up his actions and his behavior throughout the trial. He, of course, is the judge. The judgment came out, right? And then I have the financial stinginess. He was paid. I know he was paid. I got it in my heart. I got it in my soul. This judge got money for this because he has delusion and magician. He knew how to fix the court. He knew what to do. He knew how to get in there and get what he needs done because he also has the Queen of Swords, like somebody on there, like the Wheel of Fortune. We've got to control this. I also see the Six of Wands, public recognition and victory, of course, with the attraction. All right, so my cards brought his actions in there, but what I don't get is after actions. So I don't know if what you guys have gotten. I know Danny got something, but my cards are not bringing up accountability with him.
Yeah.
I think that you're absolutely right. He was definitely, there was some sort of discussion, pre-arrangement of funds, because we got both of the psychic cards around that. And I think he could be forced to retire. That's what I'm getting.
Maybe that'll happen. It's like this is your last.
Yeah, there's a man, there's one special person here, one man that is coming up as the King of Wands who's going to go after him.
Well, that's good.
So I pulled 3 on if he got paid because I didn't really, see that in my initial pull. So here's somebody looking overseas, thinking about something. What should we do? Maybe the 3 of Pentacles, we should pay him. Maybe this is overseas money coming in, which I don't get. I don't understand why overseas money, but because this card's looking overseas. And then I got the Wheel of Fortune. Something is moving. Something is turning on this money card. So, yeah, I think he got paid. I don't know. Who would pay him from overseas?
Somebody got in there.
Well, the white supremacy are not for America. The white supremacy act as if they're for America, but they're not affiliated with America. Yeah. Well, I've known that for quite some time because they'll do Hitler signs. They will do all of that. So it is not America, right, that they're fighting for. Yeah. Anyways.
All right, let's take a look at Mark Meadows. What's his
Mr.
future?
Mark Meadows.
Is it time for a margarita yet?
Almost. A happy birthday, margarita?
Happy birthday, margarita. All right, Mark Meadows.
All right, so we're asking about Mark Meadows. How much trouble is he in? Is he getting in trouble soon? Is he going down? Is he going to go to jail? What's happening to Mark Meadows?
And he's up for re-election, too. I'm 99% sure. I think he is.
Oh, my TV just went off and on, so we've hit on something.
Yeah.
Mark Meadows. My kids they always go to someone in her family for Thanksgiving, and I don't go because it's too big of a group. But so we're having Thanksgiving early. We're having it on Sunday, my actual birthday, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure there will be some sort of special margarita, strawberry frozen. There'll be something frozen, knowing Courtney, my daughter-in-law, and she loves sugar, so it's going to be, she's got a real sweet tooth, so it'll be something really good.
You know, I don't drink. However, back in the day when that happened, we used to say wine always makes Thanksgiving dinner taste better.
It does. All right. What do we have for Mark Meadows, you guys?
So Margaret said that he is not running again. Well, no, not running again. So he's not up for election in 2022, I don't believe.
No, I think, yeah, I don't know what.
You know, I actually got the Five of Pentacles in the heartbreak right off the bat, that financial hardship and that heartbreaking conflict. So this was a little weird for me. I'm like, okay, well, can I depict that, you know, he's going to lose money on this and the heartbreak on that? I'm not too sure exactly until I got the second one, which was the committee's going to move forward because the Empress is going to, like, Liz Cheney, all of them. The Empress is going to force them to do that. And of course, he's going to fight it, but we're going to, again, another card here, which is representation of 2022. We're going to move from turbulence to calm. Turbulence to calm. This is my turbulent and moving from chaos to calm, getting what we want. The Queen of Wands shows up and the Page of Pentacles. Good news. And the women, I always think of the January 6th committee as Liz Cheney. I do believe she's a part of the committee, but I think Liz Cheney has a I'm coming for you attitude. And I think she's the one like, we're not giving up. We're coming for you. And I think they do get him. I think they do get him in front of the thing. But there's going to be a lot of heartbreak and money problems going on when he does open up.
So what I got was I was thinking of the wrong guy. I was thinking of McCarthy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, versus Meadows.
Because Meadows was the former chief of staff, so he wasn't running it. Yeah.
So either one of those two, they could probably be, the cards can be interchangeable. The final card I got was the Devil. Okay, so just a lot of illusion, delusion, stealing, upside down cards. They're out of all the cards I threw, the only good card was the three of Cups, and that was at the bottom of the reading. So I'm going to read this again, focusing on who I'm supposed to focus on. But I was thinking of McCarthy when I was saying Meadows, so I was confused.
Speaking of,
well, it's ironic that you got McCarthy as the devil. We see, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
He's just going to try to sow more confusion. I mean, and he's, speaking of McCarthy, Meadows is even saying that Trump should become Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Because I think he's just so jealous of Nancy Pelosi that he can't handle it. He cannot handle it. Yeah. So he's just confusing shell game. It's just going to be a bunch of bubble blubber. Just bleh. Just okay. So I don't see him going to jail. I do see him getting another position with another person, but I don't see him going to jail. He might face a fine, but he's full of nothingness.
Yeah, in the past I've read on him that he goes down the same path as Bannon, but eventually ends up in front of the committee. So that was the difference, I think, between him and Bannon, was that he does at least finally ends up in front of the committee.
If he does, he's just going to blubber. I mean, he's just going to put the shell game.
Oh, absolutely. I can't answer that. Executive privilege.
You want to
That you don't have.
Yeah. You want to ask if McCarthy becomes speaker or what's in his future? Do you want to ask that?
Let's see what
I did pull on Meadows, and let me just share one card.
Okay, please do.
I think what you guys said is right. I got that again. So
yeah.
I could have interchanged those two readings, and they would have been okay. Scary.
One and the same?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, you guys.
Happy birthday.
All right.
When was your birthday? Is it today?
It's actually Sunday, but since it's the last one in my 50s, I'm going to have a party birthday. Oh
my gosh.
And I'm
the
supposed
21st?
to go live with Jen Lynn on her channel with Johnny and Becca, unless there's some other added unexpected birthday surprise or something, but I'll see you there then.
Fantastic.
We'll
You're actually on the cusp. You're literally on the day of the cusp.
I am. I'm in there though. If you look at my chart, I'm definitely there.
Definitely there.
Yep. I'm a whole lot of Scorpio energy.
Better be nice.
I'm
be
very
nice to Lori. You don't want to make her mad.
Scorpions are
keep evolving.
Scorpions are extremely faithful until. That's the thing.
Kevin McCarthy.
That's why she surrounds herself with people who would not do that to her, because she doesn't like using her stinger.
No, I don't use my stinger anymore.
Yeah,
all right.
anymore.
So Kevin McCarthy anymore.
You don't use it any less either.
Thank you, Miss Joanne. All right, Kevin McCarthy. Will he be Speaker of the House next year? Will he be? Okay.
I want to see what his fate is. I want to see where he's going in his career, but that is an absolute strong no. That he will not. He has ruined his placement in that situation. Let's see.
I pulled three. I got the Ace of Cups and the Strength card. And when I look at that, I go, he had an opportunity and he has support because the house is so evenly divided. So he does have that strength that could get him there. But thankfully, he's got the Ten of Swords. And he's walking away from somebody stabbing. I don't know. Why would anybody stab the earth with 10 swords? This deck, he's not being stabbed in the back, but he is walking away. So, no. The answer is no. Finally.
I think he's juggling his demands, but he's doing it with intent of hate, evil, and discord.
Ooh.
So his Wheel of Fortune, which is inverted for me, is bad luck and negativity and teamwork. His team, the Republicans, his team, something goes against him, because I got this reverted. The Wheel of Fortune is bad luck and the teamwork. So his team, the Republicans, somebody turns on him, which is 2022. So that's interesting.
He wants to be the star. Boy, he thought he was the star yesterday. And when he went past Pelosi's record time of speaking, he thought he was the chariot, all shiny and in power. But he ends up going home broken hearted.
Oh.
He didn't get what he wanted, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
And listen to all you guys out there saying that Scorpios are vindictive. And the evolved Scorpio doesn't seek vengeance because it isn't worth it, because the person isn't worth it.
Correct.
They just become dead to us. That's it. It's not worth it.
You know, in the scorpion itself, the animal, the I forget what it is. It's not an insect, but the animal itself does not go after anyone, but it will use power to fight. That's what the Scorpio is. So this is where the evolved is she will not go after you, but do not come for her.
Do not
You
step
know,
up.
no. So this is where I think is most important to understand. You know, that I have an absolute love for the Scorpios, of course, because my son and my two grandchildren are Scorpions. But my son has a protection I've never seen before ever. Like you can't come for his mom, and he just steps in front like, I'm here. I'm your huckleberry, right? He literally, I've never been felt so protected in my life because of my Scorpion son.
That's
So I
lovely.
realize it. Yeah. So I
Okay.
know who they are.
All right. So Cece, one more question, please, and then unless you guys have another one, and then we'll do a reading for everybody for this eclipse energy this weekend. Cece wanted to know, will it be a Republican that becomes speaker? Can we ask that?
No.
Okay, we can ask that. But I don't, I said, my first thought is no as well. I mean, I don't think that I have not seen the Republicans take over the anything anymore. I mean, they lose so much more. So we'll see. We'll see what their cards say.
Will it be a Republican speaker? Thank you, Miss Tish. Will it be a Republican be elected Speaker of the House?
No. I got the downfall. The devil shows up, the downfall. The failure of their strength. The failure of their strength. The next one is no, the balancing of the forces. The illusion, the magician. No. I keep on going, and all I get is cups and cups and cups and 3 of cups on the bottom. What do you guys get?
You go, Danny.
Well, it's interesting because I wasn't really getting any clear. I didn't get my normal Nancy Pelosi cards, but what I got was I got Temperance, I got the Knight of Cups, and I got the 6 of Cups, and all of this is telling me that it's all this calming energy. And if you look at the Republicans, that's not who they are. That they're not trying to calm anything down. So I don't see it happening. I think that it's going to be that it's not like a slam dunk, even though in my heart I feel like we're going to take more seats, a lot more seats. But because of the gerrymandering that we're in the process of now, that whole energy is shifting, and we're going to have to look to see how that plays out. But at this moment in time, I just see that it's going to stay Democratic.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all very interesting. I think that Mark Meadows just sort of just self-announces that he's going to be the speaker. I think he's just going to make a fool out of himself. more of a fool. And they're trying to get someone in there. So I'm sort of, they think they can achieve this. They really do think that they can achieve it. But somehow Biden and his cabinet somehow will try to change this. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with McCarthy thinks he's going to get it. I'm getting that this could actually happen.
Well, it's because it's normal.
Not McCarthy, but a Republican.
Yeah.
Well, they think that because this is the energy projected. Every election, normally the House will flip to the opposite end because of the president. So that's what they're thinking. They think everything is going to go as normal. You know, just like with New Jersey and that other election, both of them usually flip to the opposite of the presidency, but they didn't get that either. They only got one of them, and New Jersey stayed Democratic. So that was a change for them too. That's only happened back when Reagan. So that was a change. So they're afraid. The more you can tell how panicky and how afraid they are, and how much they're not going to get in, is to how they're acting. The louder they get, the more panicky they are, the more afraid they are. So that's evidence and known. If they were comfortable that it's going to actually happen, they would be sitting down and shutting up. They would know it. But they don't know it. That's the reason why they are absolutely off the charts. Yeah. So I think maybe that's the energy is because, that's normally what happens.
I think they're really going to try to force this to happen. It's really going to be big, but I'm just hoping that you guys are right.
Yep. You know, the stuff behind the scenes with both of these parties is so powerful. We don't, we get a glimpse of it. There's so much money, so much power behind the scenes. And, I think it's just too early to get a good read on it. But we got to keep the faith, and we have to, as what Sheila and you, Lori, were saying, is that we can't give up. It's kind of like, it's just like we're kind of so beaten down with it, but this is the time where we have to really dig in, and in the coming months to fight, to maintain our sanity and to keep our candidates going strong. So we have to keep our candidates that we want to win powerful through our actions, through our whatever, our donations. It's the judge.
We also have a whole bunch of 18-year-olds that are going to be of age to vote as well. 85% of young people vote Democratic. That's just how it is, and they know that. So in 4 years or in 2 years or whatever, we're going to have that bunch coming in as well. And they've also killing off half of their base because of the COVID. I mean, that's a reality for them, right? Yeah. So, I mean, we got to keep focused and don't allow their words to penetrate what we know in our gut. We know that we can be focused and we can get this done.
Yeah, we just have to protect our voting laws. But you're right. All right, so let's do, and I just realized if I'm having dinner with the kids, Thanksgiving dinner with the kids on Sunday, I can't have a drink and then go on with Jen. I'm going to have them switch it to Saturday. I want my birthday margarita. You know what I mean? I want that strawberry sugary something.
I get it.
I'm having something.
Great.
I deserve it too after all the babysitting and dog sitting and everything else I've been doing these last couple of weeks for the.
Honey, you're 50. You can have as much as you want anytime you want.
I can. That's right.
Well, no, on Saturday you're 50. You're still in your 50s.
I am still it. I have one more year in my 50s.
Oh.
One more year. This is it. One more trip.
No way are you that old. There's no way.
Thank you. Well, how do you think I have grandchildren?
Well, I have grandchildren, but I'm just saying that blows my mind. I would have thought you in your 30s or 35. I'm not lying.
You're supposed to lie on here, Sheila.
I'm not lying.
You're so full of baloney. Okay.
Now I thought that Danny was my age, but it's just your gray hair, honey. I just had to poke a little.
And Laura, and I knew Lori had to be a little older unless she had like her first kid in the front seat of a pickup truck when she was like 14.
My name's Lori, not Lauren. Damn it.
Lori Baba Hey.
All right, let's give our friends and viewers, everyone in the chat, a reading for this eclipse weekend, because we stay in, we're in the shadow of the eclipse. The energies are there. It's harder for the fixed signs, the 4 fixed signs, but
Yes.
let's do it for everybody. Everybody, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, I already have mine drawn, so I'll go ahead and go first. What I did 3 of them from the. Where's that coming from? What's that echo coming from? What is that?
It was big.
That was weird. Well, I have my healing angel card deck. So what I got the first was guardian angels for the country for Thanksgiving and our holidays, blessings and new beginnings. So we are blessed. We are well taken care of. Always remember that Spirit is with us. It is working on the problem, and our assignment is to enjoy our life and enjoy our family and do something positive at least once a day, if not more times in a day. So keep focused. So we have a foundation of good stuff coming for us. There you go.
Yeah.
What
I got this is the good tarot. I got the Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups, and it came out upside down. So what I'm getting with this is the calm energy of the Queen of Water, just being in water. Normally she has a cup with a lid on it, and that is something that you have to open up. But because it's upside down, the image that I got is that cap is off. So just look around at the abundance that you have in this energy time. Don't it's there for you to see, but you've got to look for it. And that's the image I got with the Queen of Water for you all.
Yeah, that's my card. I don't like being upside down though. I got the psychic card too. We have to be really careful. And just like Sheila said, I got the angel, very, trying to bring harmony and balance. And you guys have got to watch what you're saying out of your mouth, what you're professing. Do you want it to really be true? We need patience, 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 patience and persistence. So don't lose it. Some of you could get off balance and lose it, so. And there's some tough news out there, with shocking news we already got today.
Yeah.
So we have to have fun. We have to play. You are the creator of your time and energy. Lots of water cards here too. So watch where you're pointing your wand.
Correct. When you're creating magic, make sure it's the light, not the dark.
There you go. Yeah. That's exactly it.
Yeah, and we're just as heartbroken over the Rittenhouse trial, but just remember this too: karma will come to him.
Yeah, see, people are saying they're almost losing it, almost lost it. You can't lose it. You've got to be the magician and not be shocked by some of this stuff, because they're Merrick Garland, the DOJ, Biden, they're working on the USPS stuff. They're working on it. We're all, it takes time and patience.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We'll get there. And we'll all have a strawberry margarita when we arrive.
Right. Yep. Hang in there. Let this percolate. See what happens.
Listening to Jimmy Buffett on the beach in Florida.
Yep. Cheeseburger in paradise, man.
There you go.
Woot woot.
We actually have one of his Margaritaville resorts going up on our beach. They just broke ground.
Really? Party time.
Yeah.
You know what? The best thing I ever had was a pineapple. It was a pineapple cheeseburger actually in Florida when we were down there.
Oh.
They grilled a pineapple and they put American cheese on there, and I literally ate that because I don't eat a lot of meat, and it was a pineapple cheeseburger with all the fixing just like it. Oh, it was the best thing I've ever had. I've made them ever since. So,
wow,
Everybody go have a pineapple cheeseburger. It's delicious.
Unless you're a vegan, then.
Unless you're a vegan, then you'll need an Impossible burger.
Oh, and
Yeah.
here's something that I read, that the Impossible Burgers causes more, has a bigger carbon footprint.
Damn.
A lot bigger than if you ate grass-fed beef. Now it's got to be grass-fed beef, I think.
Correct.
But
I mean, you have to be particular. I think I have to make sure that I do my due diligence and make sure that my meat is ethically sourced. However, I also do this because I have to have protein from my meat because I get really sick. I do a lot of fish and stuff like that. But I also do a thing called like 80-20 or even 90-10. My whole diet is 90% vegetarian. And of course, I have to manage my health with the 10%. But I am very picky at the meat that I eat. So.
Not me.
Because I get really...
I eat it.
Anywho, go have yourself it's luxury to go have a pineapple cheeseburger with all the fixing.
There you go.
It was the best thing I ever had. I was like, whoa!
All right, you guys. Well, thanks so much for joining me for my beginning of my birthday weekend extravaganza. It was an honor to have you both here with me. We had so much fun. Thank you for Jay and T-Barb and Sharon, everybody in the chat and the super chatters. It was great to see everybody. And don't lose it is the message.
Don't
this is true.
Don't lose it.
Thank you, Lori, for inviting.
Thank you, Lori. Happy birthday.
Bye, everybody. Much love.
Bye-bye.